sound like murder, murder. I'm running fast, murder. You ride in a chopper. Murder, murder. Baby, do you wanna get high?
Homie Connection Podcast. We back with episode 16. Caden almost lost his life.
So I was just hooping. I was kind of down a little bit. It's kind of sad. So I'm like, you know what? Nobody's talking to me. I'm just going to go hoop. So I start hooping. Bow, bow, swish. You feel me? I ain't missing. Like, I'm playing good, man. I'm feeling great. It's cold as hell outside. But I said, man, screw it. I'm going to keep playing. Well, I see a man from around the distance, man. And he like walking in his house, like talking to his people. Right, and I'm like, all right, you know, maybe he ain't gonna come above me. I'm gonna just ignore it. Well, he start heading towards the way, but he's walking in the road, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna keep ignoring him. But he goes to the road, and he like stops in the middle of the road, like right near me, and he keeps looking at that house from a distance, and waits till everyone goes inside. Then he approaches me, bro, like real slowly. So I'm like a little bit weirded out. I'm like, yo. I'm like, you good, bro? Like, what's up? And he's like, how old are you? And like, my first intentions was like, you know, to be a dick. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to be rude. So I straight up told him, I was like, why? I was like, why you want to know how old? And then he's like, how old are you, man? And I was like, I'm 18, bro. And then he like asked me what school I went to and stuff. And I told him I wasn't in school. And he's like, what school did you go to? And then he asked me what I do for a living. I told him I just make music and stuff. And then I asked him what he does for a living. And that's where stuff got real weird. He said, I do God's work. I said, oh, that's like, at first I thought he was like talking about like he a priest or something. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. You know, are you a priest or something? You go to church or something? And then he's just like, no, I got time for it. And then he like pulls out a bottle, and it's like a bottle of like alcohol, and it was like completely gone from where he drank it. And then he put it back in his pocket, right? And then he kept talking about talking about how people are messed up down here and stuff. Well, no, I didn't get to that. My bad. I'm going too fast. But he pulled that out, and then he's talking about how he's like does God's work and stuff. Like he kept going on about it. He pulls out a knife from his pocket and holds it up like this, right? And still talking. And then he stands there like this for a minute, like holding the knife. He's just standing there, right? So at that point, I'm like, okay, something's up. So I try to act like it was a joke. I try like just laughing it off. It's like, yeah, man, damn, bro. And I started like just laughing. And then he was talking about how the next person who talks bad on him, like talks bad, they're gonna get killed and all this. Like he's gonna fucking stab him and shit. And craziest thing is, bro, I was gonna talk shit to him because I did not know him and I wanted to be alone. So I think he was planning on killing me because he waited for them to go inside. And the way he stood there with the knife for a minute and then put it back in his pocket, I don't know, man.
Sounds like he's going to end your life on some serial killer shit.
I'm talking about fucking God's work, bro. Wow.
He was gonna kill you.
He's gonna kill you, buddy. I even gave him my nickname instead of my real name because he asked what my name is. Oh yeah. And then on the way, like whenever he was leaving, he was like, it's like, I love you. It was just strange, man. Man, he had on like a leather jacket, black shirt, chain, baggy ass jeans, Timbs, and a snapback hat, and he had it on backwards. He had like tattoos all over his neck and face and shit. I don't know. Dude was weird looking.
Lately on my phone, just not even last night, I had 10 Amber Alerts in Texas, bro.
Are you serious?
Yes, kidnappings of kids through 13 to like 5 years old, I think.
All right, guys. So I have a theory on the answer to life. Now, hear me out. I know a lot of people think the answer to life is, you know, God, or, you know, just something just goes blank. You know what I mean? My theory is it involves reincarnation. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, like right now, this is not biased because my whole entire life, I did not believe reincarnation. But I went and just thought about it. out of nowhere. So the theory goes that if you look at our solar system, there's a Milky Way, right? There's the Earth that everyone claims that, oh, God is here, God is here, you know. And that's when I started thinking about it a little bit. I'm like, wait, there's all these worlds, all these Milky Ways, all these galaxies, and you're trying to tell me that it only correlates to Earth. Now that's when usually people just start getting lost and be like, oh, God's not real, God's not real. Which, sure, you know what I mean. But it's where you take it a step further. With all these Milky Ways and galaxies, you know that this is not, there has to be more people like us out there. In a sense, also is there more dimensions? Is there different realities? Because you guys can have thoughts of something else happening. What if that did happen in another reality, another dimension? That's why you have that thought. Or, you know how people have past lives, how they used to be in a kingdom, or maybe like a World War II soldier, or maybe they was in the future. They have those thoughts. And that's when it really kind of hits you a little bit. Maybe these different realities and different dimensions or different worlds, when you die, you're reborn in it. You're reborn in a different world that's like Earth in a similar Milky Way or galaxy.
I feel like the theory could be true, man. There's a thing called other dimensions out there. Maybe that is what it is, them timelines. But speaking of other timelines, bro, have you heard of the Mandela effect? So for the people who don't know about the Mandela effect, the first case of the Mandela effect appeared with the Berenstain Bears. Y'all know what the Berenstain Bears are, right? You remember that when you were a kid, the little bear books?
Mm-hmm.
You remember called Berenstain, right? Actually called Berenstein.
Yeah, I remember my whole life I was thinking Berenstain, whatever it was.
So if you go to like anywhere, bro, it's gonna say, if you go look at the old books, it doesn't have an E. It has an A. One of the theories is called Berenstein dilemma. It's a small side effect of our universe intersecting with the parallel dimension sometimes in the 90s. And everyone who remembers the bear's original surname are experiencing residential memories from another dimension. The first time I heard this, I thought I was crazy because I distinctly remember the original spelling with an E, because I always pronounced it Berenstein, not Berenstein, right? And I just feel like there's plenty of other Mandela effects out there, like so much things, bro. Like, and what I think it is, bro, personally, what if somebody's time traveling and accidentally fucking with the universe, bro?
And that could very well, be the case. I mean,
Because they say one small thing could change everything.
Speaking of time traveling, I actually used to be like, as a kid, I was very like intrigued in that topic.
Yeah.
And I used to like watch these documentaries and stuff. And there's like this one video where like they're recording a street, 1920 something. I don't remember the exact year. I know it was like early 1900s or maybe late 1800s. But there was a guy in the video and he was walking around like a mobile phone, like a brick phone. And that was before the means were even like a thing at all. So I don't know. It's just very strange to me.
There was a video. I'm gonna put the video you're talking about in. There's a video of a Mike Tyson fight going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man, it was the 90s and he was wearing more modern clothes.
Also on time traveling, there was also like this guy, like he did an interview with these people and he claimed to be like a time traveler. And like some of the stuff he was saying, bro, like you can't really make it up. But he claimed like time travel in a bunch of different places, and he claimed to be like an ex like CIA agent. Is that how you say it? CIA, yeah, CIA agent. But yeah, it's just interesting, bro. I actually had a dream whenever I was a kid that the U.S. got taken over by Russia, and like they were like destroying our city, like with like tanks, like they were rolling over buildings with like tanks and shit, like not like big buildings, but like small buildings with tanks and shit. And like there was just men marching through everywhere, and they were coming into houses like telling us to like get up, move. But like obviously can't understand them. But like in a dream, obviously I was able to. But it's just stuff like that, man. It's just kind of scary to think about. But also on top of that, the reason why my dream is so scary, like back then I was like, you know, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? But now I look back and it's like, oh my God, because if you look at what Russia's doing, bro, like they're plotting something against the United States, bro. I've been saying this. I just watch.
Thanksgiving's around the corner. Y'all be safe this Thanksgiving. Hopefully y'all have a great, amazing Thanksgiving.
With
Thank
some
y'all for
food,
the views last episode. That episode blew up, bro. 1,200 views.
You
That
know.
COVID positive swab that we had posted.
Oh God, bro. Hey, that shit made us feel blessed, bro. We really appreciate y'all. Like, I don't think y'all understand how much that really means to us, bro. Like, we really try to make it, and like just seeing that 1,000 views makes us want to strive to keep going. So we really appreciate it, man.
By the way, commenting and liking will help us a lot. Clicking that subscribe button puts us more in the recommended. So if y'all will click that subscribe button, 97% of people that watch our channel are not subscribed. It felt like my bladder was gonna explode. We had been in the car for nearly 2 hours and my dad had refused to stop. When I saw the roof of my Aunt Shelly's house peeking over the drive, I nearly jumped out of the car and ran the rest of the way. But Mom stopped me. She wanted me to help carry everything inside. I grabbed a bowl of sweet potatoes and stacked the pie on top and potty danced my way to the front door. Before Dad could even ring the doorbell, Aunt Shelly burst through the door. Arms outstretched, a big grin on her face, and a wide frame taking up the entrance of the house. "Happy Thanksgiving, everyone," Aunt Shelly shouted. But something seemed off. She looked very happy to see us, but kept looking back over her shoulder into her house while she greeted her. We all greeted her and gave her hugs, but she wouldn't let us in. She looked over her shoulder again and again. She spoke to us in a hushed, concerned tone. "I need to talk to you guys about Janelle. As you have heard, her boyfriend Dave died in a car accident a few months ago. She has not been taking it well and has been acting pretty odd." Her words continued, but I couldn't focus. I just nodded along, hoping from foot to foot, trying not to wet my pants. Finally, she opened the door and let us in. I rushed into the house, threw the dishes on the counter, and gave a brief wave to all my family sitting in the living room before darting into the bathroom. I did take the note. Jamal was sitting on the couch with her arm around some guy. Guess she found a way over her late boyfriend's death. After all. I finished up my business and flushed as I was. Washing my hands, I heard a faint voice coming from behind me. I turned around and see a vent. Out of curiosity, I put my ear up to it. I hear my father's voice. "What the fuck is she doing?" "Calm down, Mark, calm down. You know Janelle. She's always been a little different." I wondered what they were talking about. Janelle was kind of a black sheep of the family. She went through a goth stage and it lasted into her 20s. And I even heard her parents talk about her being into witchcraft. "Just let Sheila handle it," she said. "She will try to get her help after the holidays." I walked into the living room. I wanted to meet the new boyfriend of Janelle's, but they were nowhere to be found. They must have gone off into her room, not something I want to walk in on. I proceeded to go through the rest of the standard Thanksgiving festivities. While waiting on the food to hit the table, I played with my little cousins and watched the parade on TV. And got to catch up with everyone I don't get to see often. When Aunt Shelly called us to the table for dinner, Janelle was already at her seat. And I finally got a good look at the guy she brought to dinner, and my jaw dropped. I recognized him from the pictures of her social media pages over the years. It was Dave. It was Dave, her boyfriend who had died in a car crash. He sat there with a blank stare. Out of his one remaining eye, he only had one eye left. Where his other eye should have been, there was a large hole, which also took away most of his cheek and his nose. He was dressed in a suit and a tie and was covered with dirt. "Kyle, that you are?" Janelle called out to me, excited. "Where have you been?" I don't think I've ever met Dave. I look over at my dad, who made a gesture, shrugging his shoulders and shaking his head in disbelief at the same time. I raise from my chair slowly and walk over to the happy couple. "Ah, hey Dave, nice to meet you." I was taken back by the whole situation and didn't know how to react. Janelle leaned over him and put her ear to his mouth, and he says, "He's very happy to finally meet you. 2, he has heard a lot about you. Sorry, he is pretty shy about talking to new people." "No problem, I can understand that," I said easily, as I made my way back to my seat. Through dinner, we tried our best to ignore the situation and treat Dave like a living member of my family. My grandmother even tried to have a conversation with him. "So what are you up to these days, Dave?" Janelle leaned to pretend like he was whispering in her ear. "He says he has been having trouble finding work since the accident. He was working at his uncle's office, but he wants the job back. He needs to work graveyard shift." I just about choked on my mashed potatoes trying not to laugh. I looked over and saw my dad doing the same thing. "Probably best you keep your options open now. Don't want to bury yourself in work." My mom and my grandma both shot daggers at him. I tried my best to stifle out the laughter, but then I had to join in. "Dave seems like the quiet guy. Where did you dig him up at?" Janelle didn't pick up on the joke and went right along telling us how they met back in high school and have been inseparable since. She gave him a tight squeeze and a kiss on the cheek. Well, where his cheek was at, she pulled away. You could see a goopy string of pus or some such fluid trail from his cheek, hold to her lips, and that's when the chunk of flesh fell right onto her face, into the untouched turkey and potatoes that sat on the plate in front of him. That was at where we were all done at that dinner. At that point, a few people had to excuse themselves right there, probably to throw up. I thought most of the family left right after it. It was only me, my parents, Aunt Shelly, Janelle, and of course Dave. We all retired to the living room and continued to chat. Janelle had carried Dave with her, obviously struggling under his weight since the accident. Dave has been trouble getting around on his own. That makes sense. He did only have one left leg after all, and it was bent all the wrong way. She sat Dave on the couch, climbed up on what remained of his lap. She put her arms around his neck. As the conversation went on, I started to notice something on the floor. Under the happy couple, it was some sort of white mound. Looks like you dropped something. I get up and reach down to pick it up before I realize it's maggots. A big pile of maggots was falling out of Dave's dirty suit. That was enough. I couldn't take anymore. I walked over to my parents. "I don't feel so well. Can we go home? You're looking pretty pale there, champ. I guess it's about time." Dad responded. We gathered our dishes from the side. We brought Aunt Shelly and Janelle, walked out to our car, gave us hugs, and thanked us for coming. "Thank you for having us. Everything was great. Make sure to tell Dave goodbye for us. It was a pleasure meeting him." At that point, a voice came from the front door of the house. I looked over and saw a single eye staring out the darkness behind the door. "It was a pleasure meeting all of you too." But on that topic of Thanksgiving, bro, y'all be safe this Thanksgiving. Y'all heard that story, bro. Y'all gotta watch out for y'all family members, bro.
Oh God, family. Hey, I'm telling y'all own family can be some of the most fake ass people, some of the craziest ass people you'll ever meet. I swear to God, just watch what you doing. Watch them, bro. Yeah, read them.
Y'all be safe though, for real. If y'all go eat at somebody's house, make sure y'all know who's gonna be there. Make sure y'all don't feel uncomfortable. Even if y'all are uncomfortable, y'all could leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay there. Especially with a dead body there. I wouldn't stay there. We're thankful for all the subscribers that we got, all the supporters we've been getting, all the likes we've been getting. Hopefully y'all have a great Thanksgiving. There should be another episode next week around Thanksgiving time, so y'all could watch that after y'all done grubbing. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels after you eat all that food. You want to go take a nap. Maybe y'all could watch the YouTube channel with y'all's family. I don't know. Maybe. I want to get on to the topic of Young Dolph's death. Young Dolph was a great person, as y'all could see from his Instagram, from his everything. Not even on his Instagram, he didn't post it himself. It was on news websites, bro. He was donating 25,000. He donated, I believe, 20,000 to these people that were working at this university, and they played his music in the like little coffee area they have that they worked at, and they ended up getting fired, right? And guess what Young Dolph did? He brought them on stage at Rolling Loud and gave them 10,000 each.
With the situation that happened at Duke University a couple of days ago, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they fired 2 workers from a coffee shop for bumping my shit in the store. Bought them out here, flew them out here with me, man.
Okay.
This is the kind of shit I do.
Real niggas do real shit. I see you, dog.
Know what I'm saying? So, keep in mind, this was a VP at Duke University that fired them. I got 20,000 for y'all right now.
Let's go. Roll it out. Paper Route Empire. We independent.
He's also been known for donating to communities. How do you feel about Young Dolph, bro?
Man, I'm gonna be real. Like Young Dolph, like good dude, good hearted.
I fuck with his music. I've been fucking with his music since I was
His
a
music
kid.
good. I really loved his like albums that he did with Key Glock. Man, every single one of them, bro. Boom, 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 banger after banger after banger. Them were all good, bro. And it's just sad, like as a celebrity, like I feel like you really can't do your own thing. This man was going to go get cookies, bro, and
Get
got
cookies
shot.
for his mother,
The
bro.
same- and hold on. The same cookie shop he was promoting, because they're a small business. He was just promoting them 2 days ago. And you know he's loved because what did he do? He came back to that same small cookie shop. That's how you know he's not selfish, because he's trying to help a business out and
By
stuff
the
like
way,
that.
it's in his area, bro. Like the area of his hood. That's where it's at, bro. That's why he went to that cookie shop. He's been knowing that old lady that runs the cookie shop for years. She knew his mother and his grandmother, right? And I looked more into this story, and it turns out he was getting cookies for his mom. But rest in peace. I'm sorry for the family who lost him.
Like, I'm gonna talk about, like, you know, just like you're not able to do your own thing. I mean, like, this like kind of reminds me, like, it honestly really reminds me a lot of X, like how the way he went out and like the way he was going literally to buy a motorcycle, and he was literally setting up a charity, and he died like 2 days before the charity was supposed to start. And it's just like, you know, it doesn't matter how much good you do, it doesn't matter what you do, you're always gonna have these people coming after you just because you're well known. And it's sad, man. It's sad.
And don't stay in the same city if you blow up. Just gonna keep it 100 with you.
You gotta go. You gotta go, because hey, people in different cities will mess with you way more than the people in your city. And that's on God. That's why
That is
everyone
on
always
God.
moves. That's why everyone moves.
And some people just raised with a hatred mentality. Some people feed off of that jealousy, that envy. And
it's
you're
sad,
right, bro. And you're right. It's sad that these rap artists can't even go to the store without something happening, without them wearing. If you look at what happened with X, Dolph, motherfucking, we could keep going on, bro. This isn't the
Pop
only
Smoke,
time.
Nipsey Hussle. Like, come on, bro. It's just sad,
Nipsey Hussle and Young Dolph is like the same thing to me. Like it reminded me of the same situation. Like as soon as it happened, I thought of Nipsey, bro, because like he was in his own hood supporting a local shop. Nipsey was supporting a local person in his hood that just got out of prison, trying to put them on with a job. They just did a life sentence for murder, and he was trying to get him a job, right? And you obviously see what happened to him. He was just trying to put somebody on with a job, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you killing somebody who's doing something for the community constantly? Yesterday, Young Dolph was supposed to have his annual turkey drive, bro.
It's sad too, cause most of them don't even care. Like people that murder, bro. Like I've watched. I'm really into like the criminal psychology, so I watch some documentaries on YouTube and stuff. And like you can see, like a lot of them people that kill people don't care. They don't feel bad. They don't. They're just mad because they got caught half the time. So it's just sad because like I know for a fact that yeah, they killed Young Dolph. They see it everywhere. But to them, that's what they're gonna show off. Oh yeah, I'm the one who killed Young Dolph. You think I care about Young Dolph? That's what they're saying. They don't care.
The Homie Connection Podcast, episode 16. Like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me?
Yeah, y'all better like, comment, whatever that is. And then y'all, if I had a sub sandwich, I'll say subscribe. But look, get us to at least 1,000 by mid next month. Mid December, I want to see 1,000 subs. I want to see it. Cause how are we gonna get 1,000 subs or 1,000 views and not that many subs? Like sub, man. Just subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
All right, Homie Connection Podcast, episode 16. Hopefully y'all enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe, like, comment. KB and me gonna start a new gaming channel soon, so hopefully y'all enjoy that.
Oh yeah, hey, plug my video in the description. Y'all gotta check that out.
I'll plug that video in the description, and KB's gonna be dropping some music, so I'll plug his SoundCloud. We'll catch y'all later. Homie Connection Podcast, episode 16. Peace.